Council to consider a process for city proclamation. Open request of Vice Mayor McCracken. Happy to answer questions from my staff.
Move to reject the councilman's request.
I have a motion to reject the council, or to reject the recommendation, and that is by Vice Mayor McCracken. Do I have a second? I will second that. Please vote.
Discussion, please.
Oh, discussion.
It's my item.
Your Honor, if we're going to have discussion, then I made the motion. May I speak first, please?
Well, Pete,
I don't think it was quite that.
it's my item.
Nice try. Should have spoke up when you had the floor.
Right.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's just hold back. Breather.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But decorum, they think it's my item.
I know. So, go ahead and.
Well, without getting too rambunctious here, I guess Mark Cam's gonna ask these questions at the next one. But I'm gonna, let me stand your thunder, we'll ask a couple legal questions on this. Yeah, I guess it's really kind of, I've read the charter and I can't really see where it really.
Your Honor, the question is, do we put it on the agenda to consider at our next regular meeting? It's not the merits of whether we,
Well, Pete,
what the proclamations
I'm gonna let it
are.
Okay, let's just go for a vote.
Okay, all right, fine.
We have a made.
Please
Wait,
vote.
let's go.
I want to wait, I gotta remember this. So the vote is to not do it.
Not put it on the agenda.
So if I vote yes, it doesn't go on the agenda.
Correct.
Okay, thanks, Mayor.
I am. Motion fails.
All right, but before
So,
we,
do I have a
yeah, well, but no.
second motion?
I'd like some discussion first, because, and with this.
No, we go with motion first.
Yeah.
Motion approved.
Motion is
I
I
make a motion to approve, I'll second mine since it's my item, but I still want some discussion on the item.
Okay, wait a minute.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm sorry, he made a motion to.
Okay, I didn't hear that. You have a motion to deny?
No, I made, that one failed. My motion now is to approve.
All right.
You already did, and I already seconded it, but I guess are we just gonna, do we get the latitude to discuss the item, the process tonight, or are we
You
gonna discuss?
decide amongst yourselves where you want, how much you want to discuss it, but the actual substance of it is not on tonight, it's just on as to whether or not the council
Just put it on.
will consider it. You can ask
Put it
the
on the
question,
agenda.
you can ask whatever question the council wants.
How about, we can't adopt any kind of process
No.
tonight. We're a month away from doing this. All right. Well, in that case, we don't need to really discuss it, I guess. I'm not gonna get too far into it. The reason I want to put it on there is because I think it's the one thing that apparently doesn't follow a strict dogmatic democratic process and requiring a majority of the council, which themselves represent the people, to approve of it. In the past, it's never been an issue because either the proclamations were controversial, or maybe the mayor at that time, instead of exercising their ability, sought consensus to do it. So I think that now that something like this has happened, it does need to be put on the agenda, and it does need to be addressed. Either leave it as it is.
Have a motion for that.
Okay, well, that's why I'm pitching my idea.
I know. So we have a
Let's have a
motion.
motion to.
Okay, there's my reason, guys. Vote for it tonight.
Let me make sure I've got this. I have a motion to
Add this.
add this to the agenda to the next meeting from Councilmember Hamilton, and I have a second by Councilmember Shelton.
Yeah, we're not gonna have it on July 2nd, so we're not gonna have
It'll
it.
be July 16th. Please vote. Motion carries. So we are at item 18.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item number 18 is the council member requested agenda item for the council to consider rescinding the city proclamation of Gay Pride Month for June 13 and adopt a resolution of support for June 13th as a month of community charity and goodwill to all in Porterville. Item was reported request of Vice Mayor McCracken. Happy to answer any questions provided staff.
Your Honor, recognizing that the item concerning the first meeting in July was on the agenda, and recognizing that this is a very similar to item 17 about placing it on the agenda, was the major reason for me pulling it. And subsequent to that, and plus the discussion we've had, sometimes there's two items on this particular motion. Move to suspend the rules and consider the request for rescission of the city proclamation as a separate item. And the second item would be adopt a resolution of support and consider it tonight to avoid the 30-day delay until the July 16th meeting.
I have an issue on that legally.
We can do it last
It's
one.
on the agenda, it's listed as being, the decision is to be placed on the next agenda. I think that's a problem with the Brown Act. So I think
Okay.
it needs to be, you need to address what is in the agenda itself.
Then
Can we bifurcate them now?
You can bifurcate the issues, but they can't be.
I will
in
modify
substance.
I will modify my motion to bifurcate the number 18 into two separate items on the July 16th council agenda. One is to consider rescinding the city proclamation of Gay Pride Month for June 2013. Second one is adopt a resolution of support for June 2013 as a month of community charity and goodwill to all in Porterville.
Okay, so I have a motion by the vice mayor to have these two separate items on the July 16th meeting. And do I have a second on that? I'll second that. Please vote. Motion carries with,
What do you vote no one said it again? You don't want to bifurcate it?
okay, so we are now at, we are at oral communications. This is the opportunity to address the council on, if you wish to come forward.
Mayor Rowland, council members, stuck around for the big finish towards the fizzle as kind of expected that it was going to, based on what was put on the agenda. Not sure I understand exactly why it wasn't put on the agenda as an action item for this evening. I don't think it needed to have time for public notice, but I'm not sure on that. I did just want to point out, of course, I'm sure a lot of stuff will happen between now and then, but just wanted to point out that the way the process runs is probably one of the reasons that people don't get real involved in politics, or they don't like it because it's just too complicated. Nobody understands what just happened that's in the crowd. So just, I don't know if there's a way that we can streamline that process, but I'm not sure why this required, maybe, I don't really have to respond to me, but I'd like to know sometime why you couldn't have taken an action item tonight since it was put on the agenda sometime ago.
I'd actually like to have that answer for everybody. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought
if I may,
we were going to be able to talk on it tonight. I thought it would be suspended
so
down here.
we will
No.
do that.
Well, maybe we put it on last week.
So go ahead.
Proclamation has this on file. The only other thing I wanted to mention is, I just have a real problem with developers in this town starting work on their properties and moving things before they have an approved CUP. I have a real big problem with that, especially when you guys took one gentleman there on North Grand and 65, didn't have a CUP, and he was penalized. But somebody like Red Woodard, nah, he's got big money, he's not going to get penalized. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else who wishes to address the council?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As my foot wakes back up, John Coffey address on file. Again, the same horse, and we'll beat it a little bit more. Mr. Woodard is not the first developer that has started work before a CUP has been authorized. The installation of the, what is it, PetSmart or whatever it is over by Target. Again, they started work on a city parking lot before a CUP had been authorized. I'm sorry, folks, but you need to tell these developers, damn it, you follow the rules. You don't turn a spade of dirt until you have your CUP. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishes to address the council?
Ms. Mahoney, what happened tonight is the democratic process. The process is called Robert Rules and Order Procedures. That's been going on probably before I was even born. You know, you can do a quick Google search, Robert Rules for Dummies. They have like a little cheat sheet. Maybe you can post it to your computer. It's a real simple process, but when people overspeak or don't understand the process, then maybe you shouldn't be on council. It's a real simple process. And if you understand the process, you know, about when to make a motion, when to speak, when to have the floor, instead of interrupting people. You laugh like it's funny, but, you know, you throw up your hands, oh, I don't know what's going on. You know, it's real simple. You know, there's books on it at the library. I guarantee you there's books on Robert's Rules over there.
We're not under Robert's rules.
That was so funny, it's like, we're not under Robert's rules.
The Brown Act order.
Even we're not even under the ones
We
for
have oral
those.
communications, we're not going into a debate.
This is why nothing gets done in this town, because you guys bicker back and forth and talk about items that shouldn't even be city business. Proclamations are not city business. We should be worried about getting jobs, like good paying jobs, not retail McDonald's tire shop stores. I remember when I moved to this town, there was like, your dad worked at the factory. They worked at Beckman's, they worked at the vitamin factory, Johnston's, the registry. You know, what happened to those jobs? Yeah. And what happened to those people after those plants shut down? They left. Imagine if they stayed. Imagine if those people were stayed in the revenue that Porterville could be. But no, we still live in the past here. You know, nothing progress, because you bicker on these items. One time I went to council, it was like 3-4 months, and you guys were bickering about the lighting at the park when there was a grant for it. You know, it's like, you know, the staff work real hard making these items up for you, but you want to bicker about 25 cents and this and that. It's like, you know, what's funny is I thought it was real funny about, okay, my well's going to run dry, but I'll have a backup city pump. Well, wow, I wish everybody could have a backup, you know, well, I'm out of money, but maybe Money will just give me money. Like, you know, it's just because one businessman, you know, it has to be an even playing field for everybody that wants to come in here and do business. You can't choose one or the other. It should be, you know, transparent. But for you guys to bicker and over-talk each other and not follow like even a simple order, and right here, 1718, on the next scheduled council meeting, well, you should have just watched your wording.
Thank you. Anyone else who wishes to address the council? Seeing none.
Hello, my name is Royer Zendel, and I'm from Clovis, and I came all my way to support the LGBT community here and also speak on behalf of transgender people in this area who are not out, and I don't blame them considering the adversity we've seen here earlier this evening. I also wanted to personally thank you, Mayor Garola, for all that you've done for our community. You are my hero. Thank you so much for what you've done. And so every time that one of these fellows here say something against you, you remember that you have our community backing you, and we value you. And what I don't understand is that any group can apply for a proclamation, but since it's our group, that's when all of the chaos is let loose. I don't understand that. How is that equal? That any other group can ask for a proclamation, but when it's our group, it's an issue. You know, think about that. Ask yourself what it is you're afraid of. Ask yourselves, do you have any gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender friends? And I know that there was a comment made about dinners and socials, and that's all we do for the community, but so we have them. But are these other people attending? Do they even know, how much about our community do you really know about in order to say that you can't have this or can't have this? Some people earlier today said, this isn't about hay, it's not about hay. But I'm sorry, but when it's deciding what we can and can't have, yes, it is about hay because it's restriction solely for how we identify, which is not our choice. And I think if you knew gay and lesbian, bisexual, transgender people, you would understand that. You have a lot of support, Mayor Dorola. You should be very, very proud of what you've done. You've made history and you've set a precedence for equality. And it's just a matter of the rest of Porterville to trying to catch up, or I mean, there's some that aren't trying. But I come from an equally conservative area, Clovis, and they don't have this proclamation even reaching the meeting. And it's because of that, someone I have known committed suicide because of the lack of diversity, the lack of support for all groups, not just one group. Any group can apply. This isn't, we're not trying to be special or anything. We just want to be recognized because so often have we not been. So often have we faced such adversity. So much to the point we never, some of us have spent majority of our life not disclosing who we are. And I thank you, Virginia Dorola, for doing what you did because you make it possible for people to be themselves and be proud of who they are and the group they belong to. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to address the council? Please come forward.